Welcome everyone to Football Manager 2023. It's been released, well, the beta's been released right now. As of recording, it came out about 40 minutes ago. Took a while to download, but Modern Warfare's come out at the same time. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to do a bit of a beta study for the first time on the channel here. And yeah, we're going with our arch rivals. Man UFC yesterday confirmed the appointment of Located Tune as the club's new manager, of course. Manchester United is the official name, but Man UFC is who they are in game. Eyebrows have been raising the world of football at the appointment of the inexperienced 27-year-old and facing plenty of questions in the face of media for the first time. I'm on a 2-year deal worth 130k, and I'm hoping we're going to get both of the 2 years done before the full game releases. That's the aim. We are obviously Liverpool fans. I'm a Liverpool fan in real life, so we're going to one of our biggest rivals, replace Eric Ten Hag. Like the reputation of a title specialist, so nothing's really changed on this screen at the moment. Richard Arnold is welcoming us in, obviously the chairperson of 4.5-star reputation. Media predicts us being 6th place. John Murtaugh is our director of football. Mitchell van der Garg, Mitchell, assistant manager, founded in 1878. His rivals, of course, Liverpool. We've got the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Europa League this season to focus on. So we're going to get our first bit of European football. Obviously, the licensed UEFA competitions this year as well. And I'm sort of hoping that we can, in the second season, we get to the Champions League and take a look at that as well. Play in Old Trafford, which is 75,000 capacity, built in 1909. Excellent training facilities, superb youth, and exceptional youth recruitment. Just under £21 million in transfer budget, £5.5 million in the wage budget. I don't know how much we're spending, but you can see the club history: 3 times Champions League winners, 20 times Premier League winners, 1 Club World Cup, a European Cup Winners' Cup in there, a Europa League, a UEFA Super Cup, 12 FA Cups, 1 Intercontinental Cup, 2 Championships, 5 Carabao Cups, and 21 Community Shields. You can see the assistance overview of our best 11 at the moment. Haven't decided on a tactic yet, but we'll see what things are. You can see players in and out of the club as well. Board culture want us to sign players under the age of 23 for the first team and under the age of 23 for the future. So that's 2 obviously the same cultures, really, just worded differently. Work within a wage budget, sign players to suffer profit, grow the club's reputation. Our actionable objectives: informational objectives, 1-year contracts for players over the age of 32, 2 years for over the age of 30, 3 years for over the age of 28, and minimum 4 years for first-team players as well. So I don't know which one takes preference there, but we will see as well. They want us to qualify for the Europa League through the league themselves, challenge for the FA Cup and the Europa League, be competitive in the Carabao Cup, best youth system, and develop the best youth system in the Premier League, not just the country. And the next season, they want to be qualifying for the Champions League. I want to be winning trophies. That's simple. And then, of course, we get our final bit that is new to the game: the supporter liaison officer, providing us the supporters' cultures. They want to play entertaining football, develop places in the club's youth system, and play attacking football. They want to be qualified for the Champions League, become the biggest team in the world, be competitive against Liverpool, Manchester City, and finish above Leeds. So they are all new objectives this year, and we will go and jump into the game. I'm going to go set things up, and we'll come have a look at some new features as we discover them. So first new feature straight away is obviously the supporter profile update. So we apparently have 7% hardcore fans, which are the most loyal, passionate section of the fan base, 31% core, which is your average football fan, 19% family, temperate and patient, but family supporters obviously, 19% fair weather, which are impatient for success, 4% corporate, so your sponsors, etc., and 20% casual, who are less passionate and loyal than the average fan apparently. Supporters don't have much of an influence on the board, and they've got 47.8 million social media followers, 55,000 season ticket holders, and 98,000 supporters on the waiting list as well. We can just accept that, but that is obviously all of the club vision as we've seen already. As for the main screen, nothing really has changed on there. We can still obviously set up tactics. Dev Center is the same at first look. Obviously, all the players they think are first team candidates, everyone that's out on loan, the under 21s. You can see them here. This is a new screen now, which was announced the other day. They've got a competition, so you can see what your under 21s are in, similar to the under 18s. You can see what they're in as well. Give candidates, obviously we haven't got yet, and all your staff in there as well. Finances, we are about $500,000 under our wage budget every week, so we've got plenty to spend in there. We can play around in there to increase the transfer budget should we wish. Let's just have a quick flip through these. I don't think anything is new in the finances pages. Club vision, obviously it's now tabbed here, the 5-year plan. You've got your supporters feedback as well. Performance is same as before. Yes, sort of the same before. It's been tweaked a little bit, but all of your usual stuff is in there. No opinions on all the players at the moment from the fans. Obviously the squad feedback there. You've got all your board in there. This way you can find your board requests as well. So obviously I don't think there's anything new in these, not at first glance anyway. So yeah, that's all of the board. And then your supporters breakdowns you'll see there. You can see the club's rivals are Manchester City and Liverpool, fierce rivals as local, Leeds fierce, historic, and Arsenal is other rivalry as a competitive one. A little breakdown of the finances there in terms of tickets, fundraising, merchandising, etc. And favoured personnel that are at the club at the moment. Club info, I imagine, is the same as always. That screen looks the same. General looks the same. You've got your news in there. Facilities are all the same. Affiliates and your history. So we'll just have a quick flick through every screen, which is all the same. The transfer page, again, the same on there. Transfer history has changed a little bit. You've got a little different breakdown now, so you can see how much everyone costs. So you can see here Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony, how much they were. It'd be nice if they differentiated a little bit more in terms of colour, but it's okay. Scouting, there's a scouting induction, but it hasn't changed that much, I don't believe. We'll take the induction there just so you can see. So this is your scouting hub, where it shows all your recommended players. You've got your focuses over here as well, so you can see we focus on Switzerland, Ligue 1, Uber Eats, Holland, Argentina, England, Italy, Belgium, Germany, and Northern Ireland. We can create our own recruitment focus as well. Select any position, or you can obviously match it to your tactics. Fill in a couple of different things that's sort of the same as it was before. And then you've got your database here, scouting range, and what's assigned by. So yeah, this is all of our current recruitment focuses. And you can see how many focuses they all meet into. So we go to our players in range, and let's take a look at SMS, for example. He fits into 2 focuses there. It doesn't tell you which ones there when you hover over it. And we don't have a scouting recommendation for him, but Kuna, Battle of Madrid, we've got a rating for him. We've got extensive knowledge as well, so we know an awful lot about him. You've got your recruitment focuses in there, your scout priorities. Scouting coverage shows you where your assignments are and where your world knowledge is as well. Matching team analysis, so you can set up specific team matches and opposition. And team report priorities, you've got your short list and a not interested list in there. Competitions page is the same as before. Schedule is the same as before. We're starting off against Crystal Palace. So we did Crystal Palace and Everton in this game, in this episode, and then it'll be just like a normal sort of career mode. We're going to skip a few games, do all the big ones, obviously. Medical Centre, we've seen all this in last year's game. You've got your risk assessments, a bit more detail there. Your current injuries, so Tanzabi is out for 3 to 4 months with twisted ankle. Brandon Williams with torn calf muscle for 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months for Phil Jones with torn knee ligaments as well. Injury history and your season summary. Training, you got all the same as before on here. We'll go through and set up a few of that as well. Staff or responsibilities, your search, that is all the same. Data hub obviously won't see until the third game in, or a couple of games in. I think it's after 3 league matches. Tactics, which we haven't done yet. Let's just create our own style here. Let's just go for a 4-4-2 flat out at the moment. So obviously all of that is the same when you're in possession. In transition is all the same, and out of possession you've got obviously high press, mid block, low block in there now, where your defensive line is. You can see your defensive line step up a bit more, drop off a little bit more. You can ask them to trap inside, trap outside, so that's changed a little bit. Against a team that might have a low striker, you can obviously invite crosses in against them and things like that. I'll take a little bit more look at the tactics in a minute. I don't think any of this has changed in terms of setting up your set pieces. It hasn't really, you're still same roles, same instructions. Dynamics, same as before in all of this. We've got squad planner as well. Now once I've set up my tactic, once I've actually decided what I'm going to do, we'll take a look at this. Your overall squad, as always, I like to hide not a club. And then obviously our inbox. So yeah, things are all in there for you. No promises at the moment. I'm going to play tactics. I'll come back with the finished thing in one moment. The likes of Bernard, Taylor Mengi, Charlie Shortire, Charlie Savage, Masney, Forson, Gore, Iqbal, Hugo McNeil, Elanga all gone out on loan. Elanga is probably the only one that would be in or around the first team this season, but I think we've added some qualities there. He's gone out on loan to go and get some first team football instead at Tigres. And we signed 3 players. First of all, Isahuku Abdul Fatwu from Sporting for 2 million, potentially rising to 2.8 million. He can play on the wing, potentially with the centre. He's very versatile, 18-year-old. Played 12 times with Ghana already as well. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's coming as a backup on the right-hand side for this season. A new main man up top, Ivan Toney, comes in from Brentford. £40 million in total. 20 million up front, 20 million spread over 3 years. But yeah, he's come in. I think he's going to be a very, very good striker. He's a player that I love in real life, and hopefully he's going to show in the game as well how good he can be. He's 26 years old, so he's coming into his prime. I don't trust Martial to stay fit. Ronaldo's 37 now, and obviously all his issues in real life as well. So we brought in Tony and Mario Pasilic from Atalanta, 15 million, potentially rising to 20 million. He's going to be a central midfielder. He comes in initially as a backup, as a playmaker in midfield as well. So I've strengthened in a couple of positions that I thought that I really wanted to. Tactically, if you've seen any of my streams or anything from FM23, you'll know that I love this formation. It's my goals formation that I brought in and adapted for 23 and Manchester United themselves. I haven't picked my team yet for this opening game, but we're going to do that in a minute. So it's a 4-2-3-1, very, very attacking. On a positive, we're going for shorter passing, with crosses, playing for set pieces, overlap on each side as well, slightly higher tempo, and play a bit more wide. In transition wise, we're going to take long kicks over the top to run onto. We're going to counter and counter press, and out of possession, we're going for a high press much more often. I'm going to try and force them outside as much as possible. We are playing Crystal Palace, so we're going to invite crosses for this coming game as well. And majority of the Premier League has played already. So if we take a look at the season preview, we're now in 4th place on the season preview. Man City expected to win the league, Liverpool in 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, and all to get into the Champions League places ahead of Tottenham and Arsenal. Newcastle up in 7th, Brentford, Forest and Bournemouth predicted to go down. Brentford probably now we've stole their star man as well. And the opening day of the season was a Friday night game. It's a huge game. It's Man City versus Liverpool, and Manchester City winning at 5-0. 2 from Haaland, 1 from Foden, 1 from Diaz, and 1 from Bernardo Silva gave them the victory. On Saturday games, we had Bournemouth Leeds in a 0-0 in the lunchtime kickoff. Aston Villa demolished Fulham 6-0. Arsenal beat Everton 1-0. West Ham beating Southampton 2-1. And Tottenham beating Brentford 2-0. And we are going to kick off against Crystal Palace now today. And then tomorrow you got Brighton, Wolves, Leicester, Newcastle. And a Monday night game, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. So let's go in and take a look through the whole match day experience, really. So you can see here you've got the same sort of tactical meeting beforehand. We are going to go in the opposition instructions. I know what team I want to play, and I will actually add in work the ball into the box. That is something I wanted on regardless. So De Gea is going to be our goalkeeper. You can see a couple of players unregistered. Varane actually picked up an injury. He's suffered a hip injury. He's going to be out for about 3 months in total. So he misses out. So if we just hide unavailable there as well. We are going to play Dalot at right back. My plan was for Martinez and Varane in the centre of defence, but we're going to play. We'll go with Lindelof. I did consider Maguire. We haven't had to sell Maguire, but nobody was interested in him. But Lindelof has been training better than Maguire, so Maguire comes in there. Malaysia can go left back, but sure, he's probably going to be the number one going forward as soon as he returns to fitness. Casemiro is going to be our ball winning midfielder. Everton, our advanced playmaker. We're going to have Anthony on that right hand side, Bruno Fernandes through the centre. We're going to put in, let's start Rashford on the left, and Tony's going to start up top. We're going to have Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, McTominay, Pasalic, Sancho, Martial, Ronaldo. And we might as well put Van der Beek and Fatu on the bench. I don't like having goalkeepers on the bench. Might come back to bite me one time, but we will see. Sure, Fred not fully fit at the moment, but Fred eventually probably comes into this team as well. So yeah, that's going to be our lineup for this first game of the season. We do have to give squad numbers to 3 players. But we can have number 16. Tony can be number 11, even though it's not really a winger's number, but that's not really striker's number, but that's what we're getting. And Pasalic can have number 24 because why not, really? So notable reactions, you can see Tony and 5 other players felt confident, strong, understanding the formation. Who players upset by that? I'm not quite sure on that. Feels confident in the team tactical show. Oh, so I think that means Tony and De Gea move that, then the rest are upset. Tony and 5 others, yeah. I think, I don't know. Well, yeah, notable reactions there. Let's go and learn into the match, and then sound down what's going on as well, because it's a little bit loud in my ears. So we'll get that done. It's the Crystal Palace team here: Gaeta, Ward, Anderson, Gahey, Mitchell, Milanovic, Decore, Eze, Elise, Saha, and Edouard. They will cause us trouble, without a doubt. I'm going to tell them that I want to win. Quite frankly, that is what I want. Big day for you, special day, can't wait to get started. I'm very hopeful of performance. Varane is gutting to have lost, and you can see our little formations here. So 4-3-3 for Palace, and obviously our 4-2-3-1 going into this game. And the Premier League, after halfway through match week 1, match day 1, is right there. You've got your lineups as normal. Teams coming out to the huddle. Malaysia finds Fernandes with the frame. We are looking very, very good in these open 10 minutes, but we have lost the ball there. Rashford then wins it back. Lindelof. Martinez. Space to bring forward if he should choose, but he does hold it up. Dalot finds Malaysia on that far side. First time for Rashford. Good bowling for Tony, who's offside there, and looking dangerous at the moment, but we do need to score. And here we come again. A lot of highlights here. That was over the top, but it is straight through to the keeper. One key highlights here, I do believe, as well. We are on key highlights, so a lot happening at the moment. Anderson. Elise switches play to Mitchell, brings it into our half. ball into Decore. Elise now back out the Ward. I'd like to bring it forward. It shoots, it finds the back of the net, and we're 1 down in game number 1. And we just did not close down Ward. Allowed him to get this shot on. He's brought it from miles away here. Far too easy to be allowed to put inside and have that shot that he probably should have done a bit better as well. But we can't allow him to bring the ball that far and have that shot. And we are going to demand more very early into this game. We have been a better team, but we haven't had a shot on target yet. So here we go with a corner, delivered in, and we do have a goal. The flag is up, but he's going to go to VAR. Martinez on his debut. I think he came off Tony's head as well. The VAR is going to take a look at this, and it is disallowed. And we'll see a replay here. Fernandez ball came in, it was Tony's head. Martinez was ahead of his man there. So it does remain 1-0. Anthony is motivated, but he's got a sad face, so there's a little bug there. Hopefully this will bug, but Rashford brings it forward. Rashford seems pretty good on that left-hand side at the moment. Here is Anthony. Dalot. We get a ball in. Cantoni can't bring it down. Anthony though squeeze it in. We are having another VAR review for offside here. And once again. And this one counts. We do have our first goal of the season. It is Anthony, assisted by Ivan Toney. Dalot's ball was floated in. Tony's attempted volley, I think, was blocked, and it falls to Anthony. He stabs home at the near post. Disappointing for Gaeta. Probably should have done better with that. Get beaten at the near post. If we pull up the league table on that one, and Anthony's now injured, potential foot injury, so he's going to have to go off. Let's bring on Sancho on that right hand side. That is disappointing. Obviously, the goal scorer to go off on his debut as well. Don't forget. Very, very disappointing for him to have to go off injured, and just before half time as well. We did run a half time at 1 apiece. I'm going to tell them that this isn't good enough at all. A couple of players have played well, but we need to be doing better. And now we're going to encourage them straight after half time. Give them that encouragement. See if we can go and find that winning goal that we so desperately want. Martinez in the right post, gets his head on it. The flag is up again. I think he's onside here. This is our third VAR review against us this game. I think he's onside. It's not. He is offside. It's the second time Martinez has been offside now. Oh, it's tight. It is very, very tight. But at that point, we are going to go and make some changes, and Martinez is going to come off. Harry Maguire, he's not having the best games. He's had 2 goals disallowed there. Because we've made that 1 sub for the injury, we are going to have to make a couple here, really. So we're just going to make that 1 change at the moment. We are going to encourage them again, and let's just get a bit more attacking here. Palace picking up a lot of bookings. And we have a throw in. Fernandez out to Malaysia. First time volley in. Sancho. Good save. Tony fires wide. 15 minutes to go. And it's still 1 apiece. Ball downfield. Maguire wins the header. Eze now though. Dalot steps in. Tries to find Sancho. Mitchell brings it down. Gahey clears forward, but only to Dalot. Casemiro takes it out wide. Finds Sancho. In for Tony. Ivan Toney scores the goal, makes it 2-1 on his debut, and gives us the late lead. And we're going to get balance now. Casemiro did well here, popped in Sancho's feet, 1 touch, chips over Gahey into Tony. Goalkeeper has to be better. It's the second mistake now from Gaeta, but we don't particularly care that much. Lindelof, can we get a third maybe? Looks for Sancho. Dalot chips it in. Tony's header just over the bar. Good chance for him there as well. Ward with the throw. We'll see what happens here, and I'm going to go make some changes. Elise gives it to Anderson. Eze. Can we maybe get a foot in Ward's allowed to run free here? Lindelof clears. Only as far as Eze, he can hit one maybe, and he does, and it's just over the bar. We are going to go make some changes now. Dalot is going to come off on Bissaka. Malaysia is going to come off. We don't really have anyone that can play there. So do we? Let's undo that. Sticking a holding mid. We're going to change the formation here. Dalot is going to go off from McTominay. Malaysia is going to swap with Casemiro there, and Paslic can come on in his place. We're going to take off Rashford for Martial. Let's take off Tony for... Oh, no, that's our final change into it. We're going to get 5. So Tony's going to stay on the pitch. But yeah, that's what we're going to go for. It's a bit of a risk, but we want to keep players fit. We're going to go cautious as well and just ask for some focus for these final couple of minutes. Bruno Fernandes can't win the header. Lise's on the ball. Anderson. Mijalovic. I butchered that again. Finds Lise. Decore to Eze. Zaha's miles offside. Miles offside there. Tight. I'm glad they showed the lines on that, because I wasn't quite sure if he was. The Hayes ball downfield here. Martial picks up Lindelof. Casemiro. We've got 60 seconds left. Martial can run, and he is fresh. And he is running. Holds it up. Ericsson to Sanchez, to Sealer. Should have scored the second time as well. And it's gone out for a goal kick. But that should, hopefully, be good enough for us. Gahey brings it out, clears downfield. Lindelof runs the header. Ericsson finds Martial again. Cuts inside. Tries to hit one, and it's blocked out for a corner. That is time though. Will we take this corner? I think we will have time to take it. Bruno Fernandes to deliver the corner in. Taking his time, which is, we like to see that. Delivered in, header cleared. Tony flicks it back in, and that is full time. And we do get a win away from home on the first day. We dominated that game. We probably should have scored more. In the end, a win is a win, and that's all that really matters. A couple of achievements pop up, you can't see them behind my camera. We're happy with the comeback. Anthony and Tony scoring on the debut as well. It's very good debut match for myself, and it does give us the victory. And next up for us is Everton. Anthony is going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks with twisted ankle. That is a big blow. But yeah, a pretty decent debut for us, and Everton is coming up in what second? So just a one change from our victory against Crystal Palace. Fatu comes in for Anthony on that right hand side, who was of course injured. Shaw comes onto the bench in his place. But yeah, that is the only change. We're going to go with the unchanged team. Otherwise, we'll see what Fatu can do. A lot of pressure on the young lad starting his first Premier League game, but I've got faith in him. I've signed him for a reason, so I've got a lot of faith in him, and we are going to change that. We are going to tell them that I'm expecting a win today, and they've got more pay starting up top, who it's a decent header of the ball, but he's only 5'7", so we'll continue with the inviting crosses there, and let's, things are going well. Nope, don't like Lampard. Very happy to have a versatile player like Ericsson. So unchanged formation. Obviously Fatu comes on the right hand wing, as we mentioned. That is our lineup. Everton are playing a 4-3-3 as well. Gordon on the right, McNeil on the left, Morpay for the centre. Onana starting in centre midfield as well. And in the opening game, they did lose 1-0 to someone. Don't know who they played, but they did lose on the opening weekend. As the players come on out of the tunnel, and we are underway here. at Old Trafford. Hopefully we can continue what we did last time out and get another victory, ideally without the conceding, but Coleman on a very early booking. Ghana finds Victoria to Mopay. Gordon. Coleman plays it in behind for Gordon to run onto. Pulls it back from Mopay. Casemiro tackles him, and the referee's given a penalty. It will go to VAR, and to be honest, it did look like the sort of thing that gets given as a penalty. And it is, so early penalty for say Can De Gea prevent Mopay from scoring. Steps up, and it is 1-0. We are behind for the second game in a row. We're going to encourage them now. And I mean, we're going to concede goals. We're all going to concede goals in this formation. We're playing this style. It's very, very attacking. I'm fine with that. As long as we can just score. That sound obviously did not turn out. And it's still playing. We're going to turn sound off. We'll keep the music on when we get to the Europa League. Malaysia finds the ball in for Tony, maybe an offside. The flag has stayed down. VAR is going to take a look at it. I do think Tony was offside there. VAR is taking a look, and it's counted. It is 1-piece. Tony's got the second goal of the season for himself. Casemiro chipped it up for Malaysia, brings it down first time. Tony, wonderful header. Pickford again should have saved it. Goalkeeping at the moment has definitely not improved from 22. If anything, goalkeepers are worse at the moment. Tony was just onside. And yeah, 1-1. Everton free kick, gains position. We know we can hit them from here. And it's just wide. It clips the top of the goal. Stays 1-1. And Everton have actually been the better team so far. Let's go balanced. And we're not going to make any shots. Dalot is injured now. A knee injury. Wan-Bissaka is going to come off for him. That's 2 injuries in 2 games now. That's a worry. We're going to go in at half time at 1-1, and we're going to thrash his arms this time. Say that is absolutely unacceptable. We are going to take off Fatawu. Sancho can come on. We're actually going to take off Bruno Fernandes as well while we're at it. Let's do that. Van der Beek can come on, I think. Let's do that. So 3 changes made, 1 enforced by injury. We've got 2 left to make. And with half an hour left, not much is happening in this second half. We're going to encourage them once again. We have a corner. Can we do something from this? Lindelof flicks the head and it's over the bar. Perhaps should have done a little bit better with that as well. And when you look at the statistics, we are dominating the game. We're having chance after chance after chance. We're just not taking them. Tarkowski, Coleman. So he's been on that booking since that first minute. It's a shame we can't run at him, get him sent off. Ghana looks for Mopay, and Mopay's got the Lindelof just decides to run in treacle. On comes Maguire. On comes Marshall. Again, that is 2 changes made. That's all 5 made now in total. We're going to go attacking, and I'm going to demand more. 15 minutes for us to find a winner. Ericsson to Maguire. Back to Ericsson, Martial, Van der Beek. This is 1-2 touch football. Malaysia on that left hand side, so he crosses towards Terry. Terry's header perhaps should have scored there, and we are going to get very attacking. 6 minutes plus stoppage time. Martinez fizzes it into Van der Beek, lays it off Casemiro, finds a Wan-Bissaka. Low cross. Tony should have scored. Ivan Tony really should have scored that. That was the chance to take all 3 points here. 3 minutes to go, and time's ticking away, and we are going to draw here against Everton at home, and I'm going to tell them it's embarrassing. But It's an unbeaten start to the season. This, I mean, we haven't been great in either game. Let's be honest, defensively, that is a worry. But yeah, Dalot is going to be out for 2 to 3 months with torn knee ligaments. That is a big blow. That is a very, very big blow. But yeah, that's our little introduction to FM23 at the moment. And in tomorrow's one, we're going to have a challenge because we're playing Man City and Newcastle. In fact, we'll probably play Man City, Newcastle, and Tottenham. Maybe you might get a triple header. We might treat you for that one. But yeah, I mean, if you're excited for Football Manager 23, on this video, we do have a proper save once the full game is out. We're going to be playing as Buxton on this year's edition, and I don't know if we got this loaded. I just loaded everyone. They are in the National League North this season. As you can see here at the Silverlands, so Buxton will be our save on YouTube. Over on Twitch, we're going to be playing with Danish team Middelfart once the full game is out. But we are going to do a couple of seasons here with Manchester United in the beta, and maybe have a Twitch save as well. So click them links down in the description. Come follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, so you can follow along with all of that. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do subscribe for the YouTube contents coming out as well, and enjoy the beta. Let me know who you're playing as. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.